Good evening. Today we're going over couch co-op and why this part of the gaming industry is total shit. If you find this video interesting and want to be a part of the conversation in this community, subscribe to the channel below, like and share the video. It helps us grow. So anyway, let's go ahead and check out the game A Way Out, which I recently played with one of my good friends, Netil. He's got a YouTube channel, I'll link below. And then we'll also discuss couch co-op. So let's get into it. Why does couch co-op matter? It's a question that might perk your ears up if you're a little older. Some would say it's an ancient relic of sorts and is straight up outdated for today's world of gaming online. But for many of us, it is a nostalgic period of gaming and a question worth asking. You know, back in the day, video games were something you played with friends right next to you. I played oftentimes with my brothers and many friends. I specifically remember our first console we got as kids. I remember playing NBA Jams with my brothers and getting whooped on the Sega. And then later on, when we got an Xbox, I did the whooping when we were able to play Halo split screen on the same TV. So the controller would, be passed around if we were playing on hard mode or whatever through the story. Banter would flow, highs and lows. It was all shared in real time right there on the couch, face to face. But somewhere along the way, that changed, and we don't really get to do that anymore. So what happened to couch co-op and why don't we see it anymore? So let's go ahead and dive in. Couch co-op brings us together in ways that online play just cannot do. When you're sitting next to someone, whether it's a friend or a family member, the experience is more than just pressing buttons on a controller. You can feel the energy in the room. It's about connecting on a more human level, the shared joys of victory, the communication between the game, the frustrations of loss. These things build a stronger bond when you're doing them together. You laugh together, you communicate, trying to figure stuff out, and you actually feel the game that you're playing. Some of my strongest memories of this are playing the original God of War games with one of my very best friends, who I consider a brother, on the hardest difficulties. We would take turns going through the entire game and the games after. And that crap was hard as hell. But we persevered and got through it, sitting on his bed playing the game. In games like A Way Out, this bond is everything, because not only is it a couch co-op, but they've tailored the gameplay for you to rely on each other. The entire game is designed around two players cooperating, from kicking ass to sneaking through environments. The defining moments for this game is the very first fist fight sequence. Neither character even knows each other at this point. Both are thrust into a deadly brawl in prison. Back to back, they start to kick some ass. And the way that the combat feels in this moment with the quick button actions, it just felt so good. And the way the camera switched back and forth between the two players' characters was great. Nice. Another memorable moment was when Vincent and Leo were, in the process of trying to escape the prison. They were laying in bed after one of these fights, and one had to go and sneak and get a screwdriver while one distracted the guard. So that initiated the working together to accomplish a singular goal. Classic hiding behind the door. Obviously, there's a big shift in gaming now, especially online multiplayer has become the dominant force throughout all of gaming. And it's easy to see why. It's a huge moneymaker. But we can connect with anyone anywhere in the world and play together, which is pretty cool at face value. But when you get down to where we are now, it does come with a price, it is shown. Online gaming has introduced a host of social problems, I believe. One of the worst is the anonymity that it allows players, just like the internet as a whole does, to act in ways that they never would face to face. It's not uncommon to experience toxic behavior while you're playing, trolling, or just blatant harassment from other players. Voice chat is a breeding ground for frustration and poor communication, often leading to lack of teamwork, losses, and then kind of that snowball of the negative attitude and stuff like that.
Can't do that. I'm stuck! Are you serious? Your action! This game! Riot! Oh my fucking god! Oh.
Plus, not really recent, but let's not forget the growing trend of microtransactions, the pay-to-win mechanics that oftentimes sour the experience and have made me stay away from those games completely. In A Way Out, the game is built for two players. You're in it together, side by side, doing everything together. There's never a moment where anybody out of the two people is not doing anything important. There's no random players that you usually play with. No anonymous voices over the headsets of little kids or whoever. It's you and your co-op partner throughout the entire game. You are the focus. And that does make a world of difference in how you experience the game as a whole. It generally gives you that better and happier experience, and that persists throughout the entire game. The camaraderie, going through these different steps and chasing down enemies and stuff like that, the shared triumphs and defeats, it's something you can't replicate as much when you're separated by a screen and 10,000 miles of internet connection. So I think one of the main reasons we're not actually getting these couch co-op games, I think a lot of stuff falls on this. Some would say the answer is twofold, but I think the most important part is, first, there's the monetization factor. Online multiplayer has opened up an entirely new revenue stream for these developers, which has now become their norm. Anything under that is just them failing. So they are put against the wall and, basically forced in a way to do these things to make money for their shareholders. Things like battle passes, microtransactions, loot boxes. These are all designed for online play. They allow developers to make continuous profits from players as they engage in long-term online experiences like you would for World of Warcraft, for example. With couch co-op, all you need is one game and two controllers, and also another person to play. There's no ongoing monetization, and that makes it less attractive to the big publishers looking to bring in constant revenue. They want that money. But some would say it's not just about money. Technically, local multiplayer with the split screen takes up a bit more resources sometimes. So more players on the screen actually makes it so you need more power to run the game. So imagine you have a game with just these amazing graphics, and we have some games out there that are just phenomenal looking. But then you take that screen and you split it into 4 screens, and you have those amazing graphics, times 4 on the screen. Developers prioritize, these smoother, larger, more detailed worlds that are difficult to render when the screen is divided into 2 or more. spaces. For me, this has had diminishing returns, I would say, but that's another video. But here's where A Way Out shines. Despite the industry moving towards online play, this game harks back to the golden age of couch co-op. It allows you to play closely with someone. Periods of the game even introduce the split-screen nature of the couch co-op, which is pretty cool. A Way Out takes it a step further by building off of the natural rhythms of co-op, designing game encounters and elements that let that play style shine. You know, they kind of ump the ante. It's not just a two-player game. The game is developed and designed to have that in mind. Like, they have a scene where we get to interrogate a guy for information. Well, we're able to do this together as a team, and of course he's not giving us information. So naturally, each time one of us grabs something bigger and scarier, just to up the ante a little bit and get that information out. So it creates that fun little moment there. So you're not really just playing a game, you're sharing that game experience with someone else. Usually with the couch co-op, it's someone close to you. So it makes it that much better. And in today's world, online gaming, that kind of shared experience is becoming more and more rare. While online gaming does have its advantages, there's just something irreplaceable about couch co-op. The social interactions, the real-world connections, the teamwork. I mean, the people that I've played couch co-op with, they are still friends with me to this day. Like, those are real connections that you're making with people. It's something that online play just can't even touch. But over time, the gaming industry has moved away further away from this experience. A long time ago, I read the writing on the wall and bailed on AAA gaming many years ago. Games have become bigger, flashier, more connected through the internet, but in the process, the fun for me has been lost. Players are more isolated than ever. You get the toxicity, the communication has become a digital voice rather than a face-to-face exchange. This has largely prompted my move to in-person tabletop gaming. In a world of online multiplayer and live service games, we need video games like A Way Out to remind us of the value of sitting down with a friend, sharing a screen, and playing together. This game isn't just a throwback to the past, it's a call to action. We need more video games that prioritize these kinds of human connections, teamwork, and the kind of cooperative joy that can only come from couch co-op. Me and Netil making our way through this game, it was such a treat. We definitely vocalized that experience throughout the play, and the story was great as well. So with vocalizing that, you could definitely tell that this made the ending so much more impactful. In the audio, which Netil has for the gameplay, you can definitely tell that our tone went down as the story started coming to a close and it was developing. And the story really struck home with me, and it had me saying, gosh dang it, cannot believe this is happening. It was hard to do. Fisticuffs. Get up, Leo! So why does couch co-op matter? Because it's not just about the game, it's actually largely about the people that you play with. That's why my channel is called Guys Night Gaming. It wouldn't exist without the guys that I enjoy playing games with. It's about the connections we build, the memories we make, and the shared experiences that stay with us long after the console's turned off, the computer's turned off, or the game board is put back into its box. Man, the script really makes me want to play board games or tabletop RPGs. Those are my jam right now because we all just get to sit down at the table and play together and shoot the shit. I personally feel online gaming is on a decline with almost the entire AAA gaming industry. Indie game developers have never had the opportunity like they do now to develop something unique, something cool, something they love, and to get it out there in front of a lot of eyes, and make it great without all the bull crap behind it. I really don't think about the subject too much, but after playing this game, I really got to thinking about it because it's something I haven't experienced in quite a long time. So it was a nice experience to play with Netil in this game. But anyway, I'll get off my tiny little soapbox now. I had a blast playing this one with one of my OG guys in the group, Netil. Again, link for his channel or video is in the description below. He'll actually be going through the entire game playthrough in his video. And let me tell you, it's pretty good. We had a lot of fun. That's it for this week. Subscribe, like, and share. Leave a comment down below sharing any of your old couch co-op memories or telling me how wrong I am about online gaming. But I do hope you learned something today. I hope you play something, and I'll see you next time.